The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by some kind of scary old man. Let's see what he has to say about that. Scary old man? Detective Gumshoe? There's an old man who's a regular at the restaurant where the incident happened. Ah, we're obviously talking about the same old man. Officers were dispatched right after the report came in, but the old guy still made a fuss. What took you so long? Then he hurled abuse at them, and seeds. Seeds. Ha! It was nothing. I caught each one with my teeth. I guess not even the mighty Kudo can avoid being attacked by that guy. The old man was the only other customer in the place at the time. He took his time finding a payphone apparently, so he was late reporting the crime. Poor Maggie had passed out from the shock. It must have been real tough for her. Okay. The victim didn't have any identification on him. Press this. He didn't have any. Are you saying that it was stolen then? No, I don't think so. The victim didn't have a driver's license or even a credit card on him, pal. All he had was 58 cents in his wallet. 58 cents? Yeah, I can't believe I found someone with less in their wallet than me, pal. The victim sounds like he was a thoroughly miserable young man. Or some kind of outlaw. Why not give him a bit of an edge? I think I'm onto something here. But we figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. So what? How did they find out who he was that quick? Wait a sec! Huh? Did I say something dumb again? Let me paraphrase what you just testified to this court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, yes? Yeah, basically. In that case, how were you able to identify the victim so quickly? Oh, that. He's so let down. He's got the whole sagging shoulders and puppy eyes thing going on. There was a prescription bag at the victim's table along with a lottery ticket. A prescription bag, huh? It seems Mr. Glenn Elg visited his doctor before he went to Tribune. We got the victim's name from the medical records of the doc who prescribed the medicine. Okay, what's the med? What are the meds then? That's a reliable enough source for the court. What should I do? Should I leave this alone or ask for more? Yeah, ask about the prescription bag. Ask about his health insurance, huh? I think I'm going to ask about the prescription bag. So what kind of medicine was in the bag? Well, actually, the bag we found was empty. What? Huh? Yeah, completely empty. It was completely empty. Victim's prescription bag added to the court record. Ha! Look. You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence? Desperate are you, trite? Now, what happened with the investigation after that, detective? When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. Hold it! But the defendant had been passed out for a while, correctly? Or correct? In that case, is it possible someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pockets? Hey, yeah, you nailed it, pal! It happens to me all the time. We had a department party the other day, and when I got home, I was wearing the boss's shoes. Objection! What the? Keep up this crazy testimony, detective, and those shoes will end up down your throat. Sorry. So trite, someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket. That's a pretty bold statement. Care to back it up with some evidence? Well, I'd love to if I had any. It appears you have no evidence to support your theory, Mr. Wright. Continue with your testimony, witness. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. Nothing else missing, you say? Are you sure about that? So the $500,000 lottery ticket and the bottle of poison were accounted for? Yeah, but what about his prescription? Interesting. It's true that those two items are accounted for, but wasn't there another lottery ticket that was stolen that day? Oh yeah, the one that restaurant owner took. He won a whole dollar with it. What a lucky guy, huh? And they're just going to let him get away with it. It was just $1, detective. I guess no one cares when it's that little, unless it's Gumshoe. If I don't find a hole in this testimony, the judge is going to hand down this verdict. Gumshoe isn't giving us anything to work with, and we can't find any contradictions if he doesn't give us something. That's true, but Maggie and Gumshoe are like Dumb and Dumber. Our only hope is that they were so dumb they missed something obvious. Come on, Gumshoe, be the dumbest you've ever been. That's so mean. The crime was reported at 2:25 by a kind of scary old man. Okay, poor Maggie had passed out from the shock. It must have been real tough for her. The victim didn't have any identification on him. We figured out who he was pretty quick. Yeah. When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. What about the dude's prescription? Like, that was missing. So obviously, I think that's what we have to present there. His prescription. Objection! Objection! Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There's just one small contradiction in your testimony. Oh, finally! I'm getting all anxious just waiting, so hurry up, will ya? You testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officer recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later? No, they didn't. The victim was given a prescription right before going to Tribune. Where, then, did the medicine disappear to? You are too cool, pal! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! The dick called Nick cool! Indeed! Tsundere Dick called Nick the Dick cool. Due consideration was given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial. Witness, why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence? I guess that's the most careless thing I've done so far, huh? The victim was killed by poison, and the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared? The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Gavel, gavel, gavel! Order in the court. Well, Mr. Kudo, what do you have to say to that? I say, ha! That's all! What? Read for the court the name of the clinic on the prescription bag, if you will. What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? New ear... What the hell is that? Otolaryngological? What the hell? Is that something for the ear? What kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Kudo? From hearing? Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bitter war wound, you could say. A war wound? The day before the incident, Mr. Elk found himself in a fight. He took a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his eardrum. Whoa. He ruptured his eardrum? Then what on earth was this prescription he was given? It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested. What? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's mentioned in the autopsy report if you read the fine print. What? It was never in the autopsy report? Hold on. Damn. Nah, man. It doesn't say anything about that in the autopsy report, fam. They found traces of the medication in the victim's left ear. Yes, here it is. Very, very fine print. It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Tribune. Therefore, it would be absurd to believe that he would have eaten his medication. Ugh. It seems that the medication is irrelevant to the case after all. No! Nick! If you don't think of something quick, it'll all be over. She's right, but I can't get away with any old weak objection. What should I do? Push the medicine issue. First of all, I'm gonna save the game. I don't think I saved it. I'm gonna save it, and then we're gonna press the medication issue. Push the medication issue. Only moments ago, Mr. Kudo made the following statement. It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Tribune. If that's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime? But the medication in question was for topical use inside the ear canal. That doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the crime scene. However, insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth. You know as well as I do that the medication is irrelevant. Irrelevant! It hardly seems likely that a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide. It hardly seems likely that the coffee the waitress served would contain it either. But it did! The possibility is undeniable! You got me. Gavel. That's enough. Mr. Kudo, is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Mr. Kudo! I've got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there in the restaurant on the day of the murder. Victor Kudo, the pigeon hater? The Pidgeotto hater? He hates all Pidgeottos and Pidgeots. The matter of the disappearing medication seems little more than trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial, and that is something that bothers me. Yay, good job, Nick! Gavel. The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear the prosecution's next witness. Ha! I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups. Court is adjourned for recess. Time to go to recess. Time to go hang out with TJ. Time to go hang out with Spinelli. Time to go hang out with Gus. Gretchen. About to hang out with all the recess buddies. But anyway, January 7th, 11:03 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. Phew, that was close. Tell me about it. I nearly died in there. That's my line, sir. No, it's my line. I think I really did die a little bit. Looks like we all nearly died in there. I can't believe Detective Gumshoe, how could he betray us like this? Huh? He said he'd help me, but he totally set me up. I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's got to do his job, right? It's okay, I know all about lies and betrayal. I've had them my whole life. But it really hurts this time. It felt like someone punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. I don't ever want to see him again. Poor Gumshoe. So the next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right? Yeah, Mr. Kudo. Lover of waitress outfits and projectile seeds. I bet he's going to be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know. Yeah, he's a big old grouch. Are you going to be able to handle him, Nick? Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me. Even those never-ending bird seeds. Discussing logic with Nick the Dick. January 7, 11:15 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh! Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Bird. Mr. Kudo, your next witness, please. The prosecution calls the lucky old-timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand? What are you standing up for? I'm a witness, of course. Name and occupation, if you don't mind. The name is Victor Kudo, born and bred in the land of the rising sun. Honor and duty are what make me. Mind you, I can be quite emotional at times too. We don't need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell the court your occupation. My occupation? Listen, youngin'. How much called you think there's for kimono embroidery here? Oh my god. Kimono embroidery. That's what I do or did back in Japan. I embroidered family crest on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed. Wow, real craftsmen. They're a dying breed. Hey, maybe he can embroider my costumes sometime. Anyway, like I said, there's not much demand for that kind of thing here. So I had to take a job working the cash register at a burger joint, pretending to smile. That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen. Now then, witness, were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident? Oh, yes, I was eating some seeds over a cup of Javakino. Seeds? What do you think these are, I see. So you saw everything that happened, Gramps? Did I? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I did. I saw all of it. Then please tell the court We're all ears. Sure. I'll tell you every last detail. He's really getting into this. What I witnessed. The young man was reading a sports paper. The serving girl brought him a Javakino, but she put something in it. The man took one sip of it, looked like he was in terrible pain, and then collapsed. That's the serving girl, right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. Oh man, what about the other girl we've seen? Maybe that girl dressed up as her. Mr. Kudo, she is not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress. Ka! You're as bad as the rest of them. All these newfangled words, what's wrong with old-fashioned ones? Newfangled? All this talk of radios and glasses is wireless and spectacles, I tell you. Facebook, Twitter, what the hell's that? Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the good old days slip away. Well, I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. What I witnessed. What I witnessed. Witness. The young man was reading a sports paper. Okay. The serving girl brought him a Javakino, but she put something in it. Let's press him. Mr. Kudo, that is very grave. That is a very grave accusation. Are you sure about what you saw? Victor Kudo never makes mistakes. I dot every T and cross every I. Bruh, I see. You just made a mistake right there. My eyesight's fine. The doctor said I only need spectacles for reading and driving. I bet his eyes are only really fine when he's scoping out a waitress. And I saw what that serving girl put into the Javakino as well. I bet I know what's coming up, and something tells me I'm not going to like it. You're just going to leave it. Let's leave it for now. It'll be dangerous to press this too much. I better ignore it for now. So what happened next? Because we probably would have got punished for it. The man took one sip of it, looked like he was in terrible pain, and then collapsed. He took just one sip. You youngins, you waste everything. Those Javakinos cost $8. In the good old days, we would have drank every last drop, eaten a cup, and then died. Congratulations, you have earned the title of Battiest Man to grace a courtroom. So was it an immediate death? Well, with potassium cyanide, I suppose that is possible. Oh yes, he slumped over without so much as a twitch. I felt the Javakino I just drank turned sour in my stomach. Oh yes, I know that feeling. Oh, and the waitress, I presume she is... That's the serving girl right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her. You said I remember her well, in reference to the waitress. Does she have any particular features that you can identify her by? Particular features? It's a disgrace, that's what it is. Sorry? You can see all the way up her... You know, she's practically naked under that uniform. So the particular feature you recognize about the waitress is her outfit? But anyone could wear such an outfit, even me. Mr. Wright, please spare the court of any further mental anguish from that image. Don't get all excited, Nick. You gotta keep yourself together. I guess I got a bit carried away. There are other things I recognize about her, too. He seems pretty sure of himself. What should I do? Let's press harder. Sure you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. But what matters is whether whether the waitress was Maggie Bird or not. Excuse me. Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these other features that you recognize about the defendant, I would ask you add them to your testimony. Sure. There was a ribbon in her hair and her apron straps were loose. A ribbon in her hair and her apron straps were loose, huh? You do seem to remember several details about her appearance. But what about the most crucial detail of all? Her face. As if I would remember that. Objection. The witness noticed the straps on the accused apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face. That's right, I can even tell you the color of her ribbon in her hair. It was red. So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight. There's no doubt he remembers the waitresses pretty well. What should I do? I get the feeling there's something more to this somehow. Huh. Damn, that was my phone ringing if you heard something vibrate. Let's ask about the waitress's back. Let's ask about the back. The identifying feature you described are things you would see from the back. So what? Is it possible that you didn't see her face? You never saw the waitresses from the front at all.
Objection!
Ah, he's got you there, Gramps. Perhaps people normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone. But this witness testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons. This is harassment. I tell you, I'm not obsessed with straps or ribbons. I'm telling you what I saw. Gavel! Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add details about the identifying features. Features you observed from the front, that is, to your testimony. Sure. This old man's testimony is getting longer and longer. And if I can't find a hole in it soon, it'll even get longer, I bet. There wasn't anything that caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front. What? When I saw her from the front, what about the blood on the apron? Yeah, that blood. There should have been blood on the apron. Like a big ass red spot on the apron, yo. That was supposedly ketchup and then coffee spilt on her damn apron. Why didn't he know about that? So yeah, we gotta present that damn apron we had got earlier in this case. If I can find it. Oh, it's the crime photo, right? That's not it. It's one of the photos. Whoa, where's the apron? Oh, here it is. I overlooked it like 6 times. I thought this was a plate. I thought this honestly looked like a plate. That's why I never scrolled over it. But anyway, let's present the apron. Alright. Mr. Kudo, I would like you to please take a look at this. I felt the thing would suit filth like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looks like after he's done eating. Have you ever seen this before? Of course I haven't. Do you think I'd forget something as dirty as that? Well, you have with it clot. Bruh? What is it? Ever since I said you have with it clot, there's been an eerie silence in here. Mr. Kudo, this apron is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning. Oh? And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this, which means if you had really seen this apron before... Uh-oh. Yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front. You was too busy looking at that booty. Oh my god, he's a perv! Gavel! Witness! You can't just oops your way out of this. Ha! Well, looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Listen, Trite. Here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant, excuse me. That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Bird? Exactly. And when that one waitress put the poison into the coffee cup, this old guy was watching. Huh? I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you say you remember seeing. Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps. You can rely on me, Captain. My nog is in perfect working order.